Hey guys, it's Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and this is going to be a quick peek inside my November IPSY glam bag. It's been such a long time since I've done one of these, but as those of you who have been subscribed for a while may remember, instead of giving a brief overview and a first impressions type video with this, I tend to like to go into detail with every product, give you a review, maybe a little demo when I can. So that's what this video is going to be. I am wearing glasses. 'Tis the season for dry eyes, and so as a lot of you have noticed in some of my videos, my eyes get very red because they're very dry, so rather than have them be painful to look at and painful to see through, wearing the glasses today. So first product up is a hairspray. This is from the brand Marc. It is the Oil of Morocco Argan Oil Hairspray for volume and shine. It's sulfate free, infused with keratin. Lots of copy on this bottle, so lots of benefits for your hair. Ultimately, it smells nice when you spray it, and it really does provide a lot of nice hold. It doesn't make my hair feel super crunchy. What I normally use is, I do. Normally, I use L'Oreal's Elnet Satin. Love this. The smell personally is awful, but I find that I can spray this like just copious amounts on my hair, and it doesn't give it that crunchy helmet head feel. It gives it lots of body, lots of shine, lots of movement throughout the day, but I have to spray a lot of it on, and a can of this is not cheap. So I was really eager to get to try this little bottle. I think I need a few more tries to get the full experience, but just from the few days that I have had it, I really do think that it provides a lot of nice hold, and then the Moroccan oil really nourishes my hair nicely. Next up, and now we're going in the order in which you'll see these being applied throughout the video, is a concealer. This is one I have talked about so many times on here. It's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. This I fell in love with years ago. I have had many sizes, many tubes of this stuff. It might be one of my holy grail concealers. I actually haven't even opened this little tube because I personally use the full size that I got in a set from IT Cosmetics a while ago that I'm still working on. I tend to prefer the waterproof formula over the original. I think that might be the case for a lot of people because the consistency with the original formula is a little thicker. People were having issues with it clumping up around their under eye area, kind of sinking into fine lines. This formula I found is a little thinner and solves all those problems. For those of you who want some tips on applying, because I know that can be an issue for some in terms of getting it to stay out of your fine lines, and you'll see in the demo here, really like to apply it to my ring finger. It's the gentlest finger. It won't tug at your under eye area as much when you're applying. I put a little dot of that on my ring finger, really rub the two of my fingers together to warm it up, and then I pat that gently in my under eye area. That I find gives the product a lot of time to warm up, really sink into the skin nicely, and at the end of it all, you have a flawless under eye area. I find it brightens, it completely covers, and it's super, super hydrating, so I think it's great, especially for any skin type here in the winter, but also mature skin types as well. That being said, I do find I have to set it with a powder. As you can see at the end of me applying it, it does have kind of a dewy finish, and I find it stays that way unless I set it with some sort of powder. So I do find that is something I have to do just in case that is an issue that you find you have, but beyond that, stellar formula. Totally appreciate that it's in this bag this month. Next up is a liner. This is from the brand Elizabeth Mott, and it's the You're So Fine Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Glitterati. It's a pretty jet black base, but it has silver glitter in it, as you'll be able to see once I apply it. It has a kind of small brush tip, but what I found when applying this is it's a little bit harder to get that super tapered, precise outer tip that I kind of like to get when I do cat eyes. So that's one problem that I find with these brushes in general, but beyond that, the formula is nice. It is truly a waterproof kind of formula where once it dries down, it will take quite a bit of makeup remover or cleansing to get it off. It's one of those formulas that you almost have to peel off to get completely off because it dries in kind of one solid piece, and so if it's not going to budge or smudge it all throughout the day, rather it's going to flake off in larger clumps. But that's only when it comes to removing at the end of the day. Did not experience any fallout, clumping, anything like that with this during the day, during wear, just when it came time to take it off. Overall, it's not my favorite product in this bag. It was a great addition, especially because it complements the lips that I'm about to talk about that also came in this bag, but it's, in terms of liquid glitter liners, it's not my favorite. Still, for those of you who don't have a glitter liquid liner, this would have been a great thing to receive in a bag like this where you're paying 10 bucks a month and yet you get a full size liner to kind of play with that you wouldn't normally purchase for your everyday routine. Now onto the lips I was talking about, again, currently wearing. This is from the brand JCat Beauty, and it's the Wonder Lip Paint, and this is in the shade Mad Splatter. It's this super fun, kind of deep magenta, almost has a hint of metallic to it, and yet it's strangely wearable. Really, I would definitely wear this during the day, especially during fall and winter, and it's very timely that this appeared in this month's IPSY bag because I actually just placed an order for these. I saw pictures of these floating around on social media a few weeks ago. They're popping up in Ultas these days, so these are more readily available, but I saw pictures of them and they look very much like OCC's lip tars. Thought I had to give them a try. I haven't even opened this pack before I received this IPSY bag, so I was very excited to receive this as well as be able to share my thoughts on the rest of these with you later. In the meantime, these aren't quite like lip tars. I think the consistency is a little bit thinner. They definitely have a little bit of a more balmy finish, and I don't find they stain the lips quite as long as OCC's do. That being said, they do stain the lips really, really nicely. They are very long lasting and they are super high pigmentation. You'll see when I apply these to my lips, it takes a tiny little dollop to get the kind of payoff you see on my lips right now. The tiniest little bit, and these are very conducive to mixing. As you can see, they have a ton of different fun colors and finishes in the line, so I can blend this with a gold or a nude to lighten it up. It's really a customize your own lip color kind of deal with these, which is great, and they're very affordable. I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but I will definitely list it some here, annotate it here somewhere, and then typically there are discount codes with IPSY for your bag during the month, so I'll place that there as well because they'll probably get cheaper than that. The one thing I do want to mention before I move on to the next product is that if I didn't mix it up well enough, it did have a tendency to bleed after a little bit because the consistency is a little bit thinner than the lip tars. So I just find that if I roll it around between my hands a little bit to really mix everything in there up really nicely, it tends to happen less frequently, but that is something to be aware of, that I am not someone who typically experiences feathering, and I did with this product. Granted, after a few hours of wear, but it was unusual for me, so I thought it was worth mentioning. Essentially, it's a finishing spray you spritz all over once you have done your entire face of makeup, and it is supposed to set it in place, lock it in so it lasts all day. Once again, this is another kind of convenient find in this month's IPSY bag because I had recently picked up, I spotted this brand in Ulta. Not only this spray, but they are also coming, or they have come out with this airbrush foundation. Now granted, obviously it's not a complete airbrush machine. It is one of those kind of like Dior Air Flash or those sorts of airbrush makeups, but because it's from Luminous Air, a well-known brand within airbrush makeup, I thought I would pick it up. Unfortunately, the labeling for the shades in the store and on the product is very poor. This is about 3 shades darker than I'm supposed to be. You'd never know that by looking at the packaging, but once I took it out, sprayed some on me, it was like fake bake gone wrong. So I need to go exchange this for the right shade, but I'm really excited to give it a go. Meanwhile, back to the IPSY bag, I got the setting spray, and I have to say that the product itself is very nice. Once it's on, it definitely sets your makeup, and it really removes any of that ultra matte, ultra powdery look in case you've overdone it with your foundation or setting powder. Removes that completely and really helps just blend everything together and make it last all day. I'm not sure if it is this particular nozzle or if it's going to be like this with a full size as well, but the spritz on this product is the worst. It comes out in these huge droplets. It's like a splash zone. I mean, I spritzed it on my face and it was like I was spraying. It's just not what you want to have after you've done your full face of makeup, is to feel like someone's just flicking water in your face. You need that ultra fine mist to kind of coat your face evenly. That's not what this is. So I'm really hoping that is different from the full size, but in the meantime, the product itself is nice, the nozzle, not so much. So that is everything in my IPSY Glam Bag. I'd have to say it's a fantastic month, definitely a ton of value for the $10 you pay to get it. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what came in mine. Please let me know what you're getting in your subscription services this month in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
If you like this video, don't forget to check out some of the others I have. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!